Back to another album review. Today's review is on Ride the Lightning by Metallica. This is the second studio album by Metallica and is a follow-up to Kill 'Em All. This album was completely self-produced, and Fleming Rasmussen and Mark Whitaker helped out. Fleming actually engineered the album. The album was recorded and mixed between February 20th and March 14th of '84 at Sweet Silence Studios in Copenhagen. Mike Gillies was responsible for the mixing. The album was released on July 27th, '84 on Megaforce Records, though it has since been reissued on Elektra Records and most recently Blackened Recordings. As you can see, my copy was reissued on Elektra Records, and this is actually the '95 version. Tom Coyne mastered the Megaforce Records version, and Tim Young mastered the Music for Nations version. The '95 reissue, as you can see here, was mastered by George Marino, and the 2016 version was mastered by Howie Weinberg. When researching this album, Cliff Burton was more involved with songwriting this time around. Metallica also decided to try some new things with this album, including acoustic guitars on certain songs, as well as extending the instrumental segments. It's also the last Metallica album to credit Dave Mustaine as a songwriter, and the first to have songwriting by Kirk Hammett. Megaforce Records was unable to cover the cost of this album's production, so Metallica's European label, Music for Nations, took care of that. The album was originally supposed to have a budget of $20,000, which went up to $30,000. That's equivalent to $86,047.74 when adjusted for inflation. If you take a look at the cover, you notice there's an electric chair being struck by lightning. The title derives from a line originating from the novel The Stand by Stephen King. In the novel, one of the characters uses the phrase, "ride the lightning," to refer to using the electric chair to execute someone. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Fight Fire with Fire. The song starts with Cliff Burton playing an acoustic guitar before it goes headfirst into the thrash metal. The lyrics are also about nuclear war and end of the world. The next song is Ride the Lightning, which of course shares the same name as the album. The lyrics are about misery in the justice system, and that a prisoner is awaiting execution via the electric chair. One of the riffs was written by Dave Mustaine, and this is one of two songs on this album to credit Dave as a songwriter. After that is For Whom the Bell Tolls, which was released as a promo single in '84. The title comes from a novel by Ernest Hemingway from 1940. A few years ago, a guy on Twitter posted a video of himself banging his head to this song, and I responded with a gif of Beavis and Butthead banging their heads. This is also one of Metallica's most popular songs. He followed up with Fade to Black, which was released as a promo single on September 30th, '84. The lyrics of the song are about suicidal feelings. It starts with an acoustic intro before heading into a heavy direction. James Hetfield was the one playing the acoustic guitar during the intro this time around. That's followed up by Trapped Under Ice. The lyrics are about someone waking up from a cryogenic state and awaiting their inevitable demise after realizing that no one will save them. Up next is Escape. James said that this is his least favorite Metallica song because Megaforce Records forced them to make a song that would be considered radio-friendly. There were plans for releasing the song as a single, but those plans ultimately fell through. Metallica have only performed this song live once. It was during the 2012 Orion Music Plus More Festival when they performed this entire album, and when they performed this album in its entirety. Next up is Creeping Death, which was released as a single on November 23rd, '84. The song was written about the 10th plague of Egypt from the Book of Exodus. Various bands have covered the song, including Stone Sour, Bullet for My Valentine, Apocalyptica, and Drowning Pool. The finale to this album is The Call of Cthulhu, which is fully instrumental. The title is derived from the story The Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft. It's also the last Metallica song to credit Dave Mustaine as a songwriter. I should mention that the digital version of this album has 2 bonus tracks, which are live versions of For Whom the Bell Tolls and Creeping Death. Jason Newsted plays bass on those songs. As you can see, my copy does not have those bonus tracks. When researching this album, I read that it peaked at number 48 on the US Billboard 200 and number 10 on the US Top Rock Albums, even though it's technically a metal album. It was eventually certified 6 times platinum by the RIAA by selling over 6 million copies. When it comes to what the critics said, they mostly gave it positive reviews. Surprisingly, Pitchfork of all people gave this album a perfect 10 out of 10. As for my opinion, I think this is an improvement over its predecessor. It's great that Metallica decided to have acoustic intros on 2 of the songs. The fact they produced this album by themselves makes things more interesting, and it makes it feel like they had more control of what they were doing. Another interesting thing is the fact they went all the way to Denmark to record this album, and Lars Ulrich is from Denmark, so that's an interesting connection right there. Overall, I highly recommend this album. You can get a brand new copy from Metallica's website. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to Ride the Lightning? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? How do you feel about Metallica including acoustic intros on some of the songs? Was it the right decision for them to move to Elektra Records? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another review.